Hello, I'm TatoCat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing The Letter. Previously, after Luke went to the precinct, he said he really can't go into his house, and he remembered that it's All Saints Day, which I guess for him is a day of mourning. And went to go pick daffodils, and he's there thinking about his mom and setting things on fire, and then all of a sudden this lady appears, and I mean, he did send all of the help home, but she's hot, so who cares, right? And yeah, it's weird, but you know, whatever. He has an itch that needs to be scratched. And they talked about work, my favorite subject. Yay. And it's pretty much where we left off, in the middle of the conversation about work, I guess. Let us continue.
It is a way of living. A purpose from day to day. It is certainly far better than doing nothing or having no food to eat.
Yeah. The age-old question of, why do you want this job? Because I want money and you have money. That's why.
The house itself is also beautiful. There's no lack of things to look at. I'm sure you've seen those books in the study.
I would hope so. It's his house.
I can't read any of them yet, but if given the chance,
It's not sending any red flags to you?
I'm sorry.
Luke?
I shouldn't be thinking of those things. Especially when the rains, they might bring more work to us soon. It will definitely be much more difficult when it returns.
Yeah, back in the day, I assumed that would have been a real problem.
Idling about is the least I should be doing.
I guess you can put it that way if you want to be brutally honest about the whole thing. And the rain shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. Maybe.
Sounds very confident. Hopefully, maybe. If a little dreary, at least she doesn't beat around the bush. Yeah, I'm back to my really bad British accent. I like the honesty. Many would bemoan the status as a household staff, as a janitor or other menial role, and believe themselves to be for greater things. And I would not begrudge the idea that one can always get better. But one shouldn't be so discontent with what they have either.
The rain is something I simply must get accustomed to if I am to live here. I've not spent long in this place after all.
Where is she from where it doesn't rain?
But I have been told that it has rained in this nation since a mother's time and their mother's time. There is little we can do about it. I am just glad to have time in the sun, even for a short while.
Isn't that the truth? Really, these sunny days have been welcome, though I can't imagine they'll last for long.
I mean, she doesn't look like she's from a desert country. Where is she supposed to be from?
Sometimes I just want to pack my things and leave for somewhere like, say, the Bahamas or whatnot. Get some sun and surf.
I cannot imagine him on a surfboard.
But certainly, you will return for us, won't you? This is your home, after all. Your people, they won't be pleased if the master of the house leaves.
Of course, I can't very well leave my businesses hanging here, can I? I just wish I could actually trust people enough to go on vacation without taking work with me. I've also got to get back here if I ever want proper meals. A proper pudding is something you'll never find out there.
Oh no. We have two different definitions of pudding. The woman nods an understanding, and I must say, she makes for a fine listening ear. Though what she says next gives me pause, whether she meant for me to hear it or not.
And good tea. From what the cook has been telling me, I've yet learned how to prepare one. Perhaps once I do, it would endear the lady of the house to me. I never expected her to be so unkind after what she did for me.
Maybe you're just after her man and she senses that.
Though it's only if one catches her in a foul mood. I wish I knew how to avoid her anger.
I highly doubt she means Hana. That woman rarely has a mean bone in her body. And when she actually is nasty towards someone else, it's usually deserving enough. Much like that with that Rochelle woman. I love how he just refers to her as a Rochelle woman when her name is just Rochelle. Hell, she even tolerates Harvey for me. Even if she did admit that she doesn't quite like the man. She must mean the head housemaid, right? I have to laugh at that. Not that I have room to speak. I don't deal with her myself anymore, although even Johannes has a few choice words about the head hag. She's just been under the right employ when she was also head housemaid for my father. And if anyone's not going to get along with someone, it'd be that crotchety old woman. I don't even remember her name, but the woman had been this strict upstart bitch who took one look at me, her master's bastard son, and turned her nose up as if she were better by mere consequence of birth. That, and she absolutely loathed my very existence. Perhaps the rumors had been true. She had a miscarriage while bearing another one of the dearest father's children, and she saw me as an obstacle to her being granted a better standing in life. I remember that much at least. The only reason I haven't sacked her yet is because of her competence. Also because working under my household makes her absolutely miserable. Her resignation made impossible by her pride.
Nobody really gets along with that woman. I think everyone just tolerates her because of how old she is.
I'm not gonna lie, if I had some person who basically just didn't like me because of birth and then I became their boss and they were still competent, I also wouldn't fire them. If only because it'd make them miserable.
I mean, not to be rude or awful or anything, but she's at the age where she'll be pushing daisies soon enough.
What a wonderful way of saying it.
Is she? Really, my lord? I'm sure the lady is much younger than that.
Back then, life expectancy was not great, so I mean, I suppose it could still work.
I think the thought of tormenting the young and beautiful gives her reason to live.
It does seem that way, though I feel sorry for her. One's life should not be wasted away on hatred and anger. It is never good for the heart or the head to always carry ill thoughts.
Is that why you turned into an evil, scary ghost lady? I mean, she has to be the ghost. I know they haven't said she's a ghost, but I mean, come on. Who else would she be?
But at the least, you are here for us. We are certainly so lucky to have a lord like you. The lady even more so. The gods smile down on her. Though, if I may be honest, she is to be envied.
Even when I have my suspicions about her, she's just so easy to talk with that I've forgotten. I don't know who she is, and if she's actually one of the household staff, that would explain why she would easily give the wrong statements about my character. Though, if she is actually one of the household staff, that would explain why she would easily give the wrong statements about my character. Though, if she is actually one of the household staff, that would explain why she would give the wrong statements about my character. Though, if she is actually one of the household staff, that would explain why she would easily give the wrong statements about my character. If she is here for malicious reasons, she would have done more than do small talk with me by now, wouldn't she? I have so many questions. Perhaps curiosity will kill this cat. Did he really think that?
It's strange that I've never seen you before. What's your name?
You do not remember?
I don't believe you've mentioned it, or am I missing something?
So, is Luke like the reincarnation of her old master or something? Is that what's happening?
You still cannot comprehend it, can you, my lord?
Her answer chips away at the good mood I'm starting to get into. I have every right to be angry at the cryptic response. She threatens insubordination with her presence alone. But instead of hurling vitriol at the woman, I take a deep breath. I do not want my mood ruined further than it already is. Not right now, when I can let my temper take its course another time.
Whatever your name is, and no matter how long you've been working for us, that does not change the fact that you shouldn't be here. I'll call you a cab to bring you to the city if you want.
Shouldn't I? What if I do not wish to leave?
Well, that's not good sounding background music.
I merely desire to stay by your side and serve. Is that such a deplorable thing?
Yes, when you say it all creepy. Her gaze sends chills down my spine. It's too easy to see the devotion, the obsession in her eyes. Not the good sort of either, not the good sort of obsession. Is there a good sort of obsession? As her scrutiny makes me feel like I'm laid bare, the offense of her presence all the more palpable, with the feeling of bugs crawling on my skin, and the silence that makes it seem as if the world has stopped. Any friendly atmosphere we might have had going for us is completely forgotten. Danger. A small part in the back of my mind screaming, the part that has kept me alive all these years. And in hindsight, I'd be stupid not to take heed of it. But I've grown arrogant, complacent, and content to hide behind my wealth and power.
Yes, it's a deplorable thing, as you said, because I'd like to be alone now. Thank you very much. If you didn't want the day off, you should have reported to your superior. This is utterly unprofessional of you, and I shall be issuing complaints. In fact, if you know it's good for you, you should start looking for another employer.
That cannot go well for him. It's not my threat that the smile on her face turns tight.
I see. It escapes you still. This is unfortunate. How despairing that this misery must go on. But maybe, if you come with me, I can help you. I can
skip the line because I didn't mean to. My bad. She was taking a really long time to say that line. I wish I knew the hotkey for like backlog so I can open it faster. Okay, here it is.
How despairing that this misery must go on. But maybe, if you come with me, I can help you. I can.
Oh, I guess she really didn't finish that statement. I thought I skipped it. Okay. Whatever. When she reaches out her for me, I recoil with a hiss, like a cat.
How How dare you lay your filthy hands on me without my permission? I am not going anywhere with you. Now step back and walk away before I have you forcibly removed.
Uh-oh. Ah, there it is. That's the ghosty we know and love. As if a switch had been flipped, the woman's expression turned horrific, although that may very well be the understatement of the century. She herself turns horrific. Her presence is suffocating, bearing down on me. I'm rooted on the spot through no fault of my own, as my fear paralyzes.
You are too much like that vile woman, poisoned by her rotten influence and her filthy words. But that can be remedied now that you're here. Oh, how we have waited to welcome you home.
We? Is she referring to the other ghost too? The one that we kind of see talking to her mom?
Come, my lord. The house beckons.
That's not great. When her fingers grasp the back of my coat, I finally find it in me to break off into a run. Journal updated. Okay. Gotta get my mouse again. Okay. Journal. Okay. Oh, there's wanting some alone time and fresh air. Luke excuses himself, lingering in the garden as he remembers the memory of his late mother. Suddenly, a beautiful woman appears by his side, striking up a conversation with him. It was all pleasant at first, until ... I can still feel her eyes on me as I run back to the house. Wait, so she says, "The house beckons," and the first thought is run back to the house. Seems counterproductive. Whatever. I suppose if you're just trying to run away, you run to where you feel safe, I guess. But I refuse to acknowledge it, let alone look back. All I need is to get away from her, and to make sure she stays away. If that means acting like a coward and seeking out company to keep me safe, nobody can tell me to do otherwise. Bravery isn't something to be lauded if it comes along with stupidity. It must have been a sight to see the usually composed and reserved Luke Wright bursting through the doors. Didn't he send everybody home? There can't be that many people to see this scene. Not that I have much of an audience, unless there are other staff members who's chosen to disregard my orders for them to leave. Really, I still doubt that woman is one of the staff. Mustering up the courage, I look back through the window to see if she's following me. She's gone. But I don't take any chances, putting as much distance as I can between us. Stopping to catch my breath, Johann suddenly appears, nearly makes me jump out of my skin.
Don't fucking do that! You son of a bitch! If I had a gun, I would have shot you!
I don't think that would end well for you, Luke. But I feel like that's a very appropriate response of you freaking out and then somebody just appears out of nowhere.
If I had any love left for my Mutter, I'd take offense.
I like how that's the only part that he thought of that sentence.
But what happened to you? You look like you've seen a ghost.
If only you knew. Oh, if only it were such a delusion. But I can still feel her sharp nails sticking into my back. The feeling was too real for it to have been a ghost.
There was his housekeeper. I think, I'm not sure. In the gardens. She was acting odd and I thought to remove myself from the scene.
Strange. I made sure the rest of the staff had left and that the house was empty, as you requested. Describe this woman.
I really, really, really just want a game about Hansi. They should make one. He seems very interesting. I hope we learn more about his background. We know that he has a husband, and also apparently he kills people. Like, he just seems interesting.
She had pale skin, dark eyes, and long dark hair. She wouldn't give me her name.
Like, is she supposed to be Japanese? That doesn't explain the rain thing, though. It's not like it doesn't rain in Japan. I half expect a name from him. The man now knows the staff better than I do, after all. But instead of an answer, he grows quiet. That's not good. I'm pretty sure that is not a good thing. I'm even more worried when the other man looks me over. I have to protest when he pulls back my collar.
What in the bloody hell are you doing?
Checking for marks, I assume.
Checking for marks. Needle marks, to be exact. We don't have anyone like that among the staff. You could have easily been kidnapped.
I'm such a smart cookie, I am. A cold feeling settles itself over me at the thought. I've long established my power over the more unsavory characters in Luxborn, or thought I did, and the most harm I thought that I could come to me would be slander, robbery, or incarceration. Kidnapping. An attempt on my own person. I've forgotten that I'm as human, as mortal as any other man, despite my wealth and status.
Fortunately, you look unharmed. But I advise that you be accompanied by trusted individuals at all times from now on. If not me, an assigned guard. I'll be informing them of this soon, as they return from their day in the city.
Already, I can feel the energy leave me as the realization of what could have been.
All right. Yes, I suppose we should do that. But I think I'd like to call it a day. I should be safe in bed, yes?
Who knows?
I'll stand guard outside for the night. The madam has been inquiring about you, by the way.
I like how he didn't say yes. He's just like, oh, I'll be here. God, any other threat, and he alone would be enough to make me feel safe. But what I saw, whatever it is I saw, would one man be enough? You just saw a girl's eyes go wonk, 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 and have sharp nails. I don't know why you would think otherwise than some crazy chick, if you didn't think she was a ghost, would be able to go against this guy. Although he did lose to a rolling pin and a stun gun, so who knows?
That's all well and good, but there's something else. That housekeeper. She.
Luke, you're home. I was worried about you.
The grin that I can muster is probably lopsided, forced as I snapped my mouth shut to keep myself blabbling about witches and monsters. Because here I am, standing in the hallway, dirt on my pant legs and sweat dotting my forehead. A far cry from the my usually pristine condition. I don't want to worry Hana. A cough.
What happened to you? You look like you wrestled in the mud and moss, dear. And those flowers. Were you gardening?
The answer is yes to all of those things.
What? Oh, these. I didn't realize I still had them.
I really did not. But there they are, still in my grip, the daffodils I had taken from the garden. Even in the wake of my flight, I had refused to let go of them, whether I was conscious of it or not.
Shall I put them in a vase?
Give them to Hana, throw them away. Should I give them to Hana or throw them away? Why would we throw them away? I mean, we just escaped a terrifying ghost lady monster witch chick, and kept them with us, and they still look pretty awesome. Why throw them away? Also, we love Hana, and she deserves flowers because we're a dick. So, give them to Hana. Relationship updated. Hopefully she's not like, oh, you're giving me those, and she hates it. Oh, she likes it. Yay. Hana deserves all the good things. I like Hana. She's pretty awesome. Still kind of regret that I let them stay together. Perhaps I did it to save face, or maybe a small part of me really had planned on taking them to her, for her. But like a young man presenting flowers to a Valentine's, I awkwardly thrust the bouquet in Hana's direction.
They're for you.
Oh, so sweet.
These are lovely, thank you.
Can't even do
But aren't
nice
these-
things right. The surprise is to be expected, and the open-ended question needs little interpretation. I've never given her daffodils before, especially not from ones that I consider to be mine.
They're for you. Don't make me think that kneeling around in the dirt was a waste of my time.
It's not. It's not. Just, are you feeling alright? I hope whatever I have isn't contagious.
He is such an asshole that his own wife thinks a gesture of goodwill, of just being nice, means he's sick. Wonderful.
I'm not sick, Hana. I just got them for you. I thought they'd make you feel better, brighten up the room. I don't need my intentions questioned. The thank you was enough.
And I didn't mean to insinuate anything. But you are right. Thank you, truly, for these.
She takes them from me, then, careful not to crush the stems. There is still uncertainty on her face, which endures and annoys me in equal parts. But she does look lovely with them. The very picture of her is something that should be immortalized in paint. It should be for Mother, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Why don't we turn in for the night? You must be exhausted with all that gardening.
Yeah, I'm flirting. What does a dead woman care for flowers? ... Is he gonna have a nightmare? Nope, apparently not. Cool. Story updated. Now pops up a lot. Where is I? Really? Is it really? Oh, it's raining outside. I love that it's raining outside. The little puddles, the droplets, whatever. Petals of rain? Really? Droplets. That's a nice effect that they have going on there. I'm really liking the backgrounds in this game. the pictures do repeat a lot in the rooms, but that's okay. Really, little sleep was had, and I feel completely drained. Good morning. Well, we will see how Luke feels about this morning in the next episode. I'm Taylor. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.